and you're even watching, you're listening to the Chelsea Fancast, and we'll be having a look now at the disgraceful way Brana was examined by the press over the scuffle over the Gareth Barry incident, and then Hazard's new deal, then chat about the run-in. So the Brana row, Brana Gate, as Chidge wants to call it, which I quite like. Was it a gate? Yeah, the gate. There was Brana opened it and then grabbed him around the neck, didn't he? But apparently, in that incident, I heard that good picture, was that McCarthy trod on Brana's foot in the course of that, and that's why he grabbed him around the neck. But the press just went berserk, and there was that terrible moment, that picture, they somehow managed to slow it right down, have that picture where Brana's head is down, and it goes, he's bitten him, it's a bite. And you think, what about if we look at that, can we look at that picture again? Is it possible, Steve, to look at that picture again? What about any of the other players in this situation doing anything? I mean, I have to say that one, the only person who looks as if he's doing anything is Brana, but he's taking him away because he's got his face, he's about to go and attack.
Excuse me.
He looks as if he's about to attack the ref, doesn't he, in that situation? But you can do anything, you can slow anything down and make it look, you could understand that, yeah. Well, also, why didn't the ref just send him off rather than waiting for? I know they've been told, they're told, refs, because I've refed, I'm qualified as a ref, and I was told by my teacher, he said, if there's ever a battle, he's a very nice man, he didn't speak like this at all really, but he said, if there's ever anything like that, he said, you just walk away. He said, you walk away and let the players scuffle, and you note down what they've done and their misdemeanours, and you then send them off accordingly. So you think, was he doing that, or was in reality what he should have done was to have gone, yellow card, you're off? Then the situation would have been utterly diffused. It's the fact he sort of dithered a bit and it allowed JT to appear and to go around him and say he's off, he's off. We didn't need to have this discussion. Of course he was off. It was a yellow card offence. It was obvious.
That was a problem because there was a probably 10, 15 second, and whether he was trying to think, have I booked him before or not? Because then straight away...
that's probably what he was thinking. Oh, hang on a second, in my mind.
Barry, he got away with another one early in the match.
Anyway.
And of course he should. Well, you should have. When I was a ref, I used to think, I had the opportunity. When I was how dreadful I was as a ref, I used to think, he's got a yellow card, I can't wait for him to commit a foul, because then he's off.
Because some referees are so quick to bring out the second yellow card before you have a chance to breathe. The second yellow card's out and they're off. Yeah. And that
was me, I was like that.
Doesn't allow the situation to, like with that, to get carried away. Because the yellow card's out, Barry's off.
But it would have diffused all of that situation.
Yeah,
but it did seem absolutely bizarre, and also utterly fuelled by Martinez, saying that he should have been sent off. It was entirely down to Martinez, who also gave this interview about how wonderful Everton had played and how superb they were.
Yeah, managers always say that. I mean,
and then to have a go at Ivanovic and everybody to agree. This is what I find so annoying.
I think if you read those headlines, very carefully worded.
I like this. It's the journalist view here. I just come in with the immediate, the passionate view of we're being.
That's the purposes of this show, isn't it?
Yeah, and the purposes of their headlines, isn't it? I go, look,
the headline is to get a response.
Yeah, but I mean, what you got to remember is if you were two Crystal Palace fans or whatever in the pub talking about that game, that's what you're going to be talking about. You don't really care that Williams scored. Yeah, but when Chelsea beating Everton 1-0 at Stamford Bridge is not that good a story. The best story from a journalistic point of view of that whole match was Ivanovic, that melee.
Of course, because it's similar.
Particularly because of Martinez's quotes afterwards and Mourinho storming out of the press conference. It made for a very, very good story.
Yeah, no, you're right.
The best story goes on the back page, and you'll see 6 or 7 papers.
It was a good story. The press enjoyed the story. I don't suppose anyone else did.
Well, it was that fear. I get worried that the FA. You think, oh goodness, the FA are going to be. They're going to look at it objectively. No, they do. They've got referees on the panel. They're going, nothing happened here. So they obviously watch it in real time, not slowed down to every moment and thinking, oh, he's bent down. He must be biting him.
And in fairness, a couple of journalists tweeted saying, oh no, I can't remember who it was, but I think it might have been Lipton. Said, no, there's nothing in that. There's nothing in that. It was, a couple of journalists were quite fair. There's, one or two pick it up. It goes. Twitter goes mad. Social media goes mad and suddenly it becomes a massive issue.
I just fear the consequences
from where I was sitting,
of this kind of.
I couldn't see anything.
I can't read what that says.
Sit up. Stop slouching.
JK, sit up.
Stop slouching.
You have to do it in felt tip pen because I can't read it.
Yeah.
I quite like the way I'm very relaxed about it. Don't you think I look, rather than sitting up? We could all copy me.
I think
we could all copy me. That's it. Exactly. I love it.
Well, put your feet on the table.
Yeah, I'll put it out. And funny, I was just thinking, I'm very relaxed. Isn't that nice? I'm getting really relaxed.
Charlie, do you not agree? There was a story there, but there was also a non-story there that they then made up by saying about the bite that was quite evident there wasn't a bite.
Well, I mean,
Well,
that
that
was.
was-
And I'm not saying from your point of view, but I mean that was predominantly more the Mirror, I think, who actually, and then the Star agreed with them.
But that, I mean, that was swiftly dropped.
Yeah.
And what you got to remember is that particularly that incident, you know, that happened towards the end of a game that finished at what, 10:45.
That's right.
You know,
yeah.
so reporters at that game for the first editions will have to file on the whistle, nothing like that. And editors are thinking they've made a snap judgment. If they've missed a bite, they've completely nosed the whole thing up. You know, so none of those headlines will say he bit him. They pose the question.
But there was it a bite? They all said, yeah.
That will have gone through legal. And this, bear in mind, this is all happening in the space of maybe 7 or 8 minutes.
Oh no, I know that. I know it works. Yeah.
So yeah, no, it works.
Yeah.
But also fueled by Martinez, who said he shouldn't have been on the pitch. He shouldn't then have headed
exactly. I mean, if Martinez hadn't done those quotes and Mourinho hadn't stormed out of the press conference, you probably wouldn't have seen it on any back page.
Once that message has gone out in the paper, though, regardless of how many times it's been through the lawyers and everything, in the eyes of the public, it's real.
Yeah, well, that's the point.
That's the whole point. Yeah. So the damage is done.
But yeah, but I mean, it would seem not though, because he got charges dropped, didn't he? So.
But do you think does this mean that managers now at end of games can target players and it'll create some kind of particularly Chelsea?
I think we do that quite well ourselves, JK. Jose's the master of plating things on himself to make sure that a really poor performance is not spoken
Let's face
about.
it, he can afford the fines, can't he?
Yeah.
He doesn't like watching the games.
Have they fined him again? They fined him the first one. It's 25,000 for the first one, wasn't he?
But the thing is with Mourinho, first tenure, second tenure, there's a bad performance, as Andy said. He'd do something controversial, so you never hear about a really bad performance. Like Bradford, I mean, I don't want to after Bradford, but I think he came out and said, yes, it was a disgrace, blah, 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 took the whole thing away, congratulated Bradford, and there was a story.
And they talked about, didn't they? They talked about the fact that he'd gone into what class it was that he'd gone into.
Well, that doesn't get enough column inches, and everyone came in, like, gave him the FA Cup ball, saying we don't need these now, all stories like that.
Even certain bits of the press said that was patronising that he went in there.
Yeah, no, they had to go to him, I know.
But is there certain, to Charlie, there's a certain way, the press corps know how to wind Jersey up, and they're kind of pointing their questions that way to wind him up. I don't know if that's the case, because they know he's going to buy it, or is it?
Well, that's because they want the best copy possible. That's their jobs. Mourinho has gone through kind of phases this season of giving them absolutely nothing or giving them everything on a plate. Yeah. I mean, my whole job is speaking to the reporters before and after those press conferences, and they'll either go, it was pretty good this week, or they'll sort of tuck down the phone and go, I don't know what we're going to make of that. But I mean, that's the whole job, whether you spin it or not, you've still got to get a readable line and an exciting line out of that press conference.
Never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Mourinho's good copy, he sells papers, he sells.
Exactly. I mean, we sit at the office and put our head in our hands if all we got is a Pellegrini press conference, because he gives no copy whatsoever.
He's so dull.
He's very, very dull.
Most managers are. I mean, there aren't many. Wenger's very kind of same. Doesn't really give anything.
Also didn't see the incident.
Yeah. I didn't see the copy.
Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, and Liverpool are always going to be big stories no matter what.
Yeah.
It does certainly help with Mourinho.
From a sort of a neutral perspective, Mourinho seems the most entertaining, because Rodgers just talks
platitudes.
Yeah, all about how great Liverpool are. Van Gaal, just all about.
I haven't quite work him out yet.
Yeah. And something like Nigel Pearson, someone said he's dull as dishwater. I mean, his press conferences.
I don't know. It may be the case, but I would look at him and think there's something else going on here, isn't there?
Yeah.
I don't think James McCarthy would agree.
No. Yeah.
But Pulis is good fun.
Well, Pulis is clearly a fantastic manager.
Yeah.
Let's be absolutely frank about this.
I mean, he's brilliant.
He is clearly utterly top notch, and West Bromwich now look as if they're there's going to be a completely proper team.
No, but he did have Palace last season.
Yeah.
And Stoke for 7 seasons, where it was. I mean, phenomenal.
I mean, when I was first watching football growing up, Stoke in the top division just wasn't even a notion, and he took them up from the 3rd tier and made them into a solid Premier League club. I know. But
Alan Hudson played for them.
I know, the League Cup final.
And they beat us,
Chelsea FanCast.
Yeah.
Sorry, just jumping in. Chelsea FanCast.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But we're talking about Alan Hudson. He came into.
Oh yeah, we can talk about him.
He's been on this very programme.
Yes, I've met him a couple of times. Very pleasant. How long have we got then, chaps? going to blow my nose, excuse me.
Talk amongst yourselves.
9 minutes.
9 minutes? My goodness me. Okay. Hazard's new deal, or Hazard's nouvelle deal. He said, I've signed a new contract. I'm very happy because I'm playing for one of the best clubs in the world. No. I can take pleasure on the pitch and I can try to win trophies. That's what's most important. I want to say thank you to the club, all the fans and everybody that works for Chelsea. It's been a perfect week. We played Aston Villa, which was a difficult game, but we managed to win. Last night's game against Everton was also very tough, but Williams scored a beautiful goal at the end. And now with the new contract, the week has finished really well. When I came here, I was very happy, and I've been here for 2.5 years now. I only have good memories, even in the difficult moments when we've lost certain matches. I made a lot of new friends. London is a very good city, and the supporters are brilliant. It's been a great opportunity for me to play here. And he's probably earning
he's got a Europa Cup
a week as well.
200.
200 a week.
He's going to earn 57 million over the 5.5 years.
Well, fair enough. He's one of the best players in the world, and he will become that.
Plenty of tax
exactly
Chancellor as well.
Yes, that's always good. Well, it might be netto though, mightn't it? That's the trouble. Who was it? Was always asking for that? Was it?
Hullet.
It was Hullet. That's right. Hullet wanted the netto payment, and that's what Bates threw him out for, wasn't it? And, yeah, he wanted 2 separate payments. Hullet, he wanted, apparently, allegedly, he wanted, in fact Bates told me this, I have a silly story about being on a coach with Bates and being the only person there going to a away game against Coventry in the League Cup, and I kept thinking there's nobody else on this coach, it's just Bates. And he got slightly drunk because we'd won, and then said to me, I said, tell me about Hullet, what happened? And he said, he wanted two deals. He said he wanted one for playing and one for managing. I went, oh, okay, nice to know. So, yeah, that's what happened to him. I wonder whether this was written by, rather than him, as the PR man wrote this. It seems too good to be true, actually. But I suppose if you were being paid 200,000 a week,
well, you might win another trophy on the 1st of March.
Indeed,
yeah,
well.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. Yeah, we don't want to
take that.
No, me neither. Me neither.
No, it's great that he's signed a long 5.5 year contract. That's brilliant.
Yeah, and particularly before the PSG game, because there was always a bit of press about the possibility of him going there.
It's the best signing Chelsea could have made for the
Absolutely.
best new player or anything this year.
If he can manage to stay fit and not get his leg broken by some donkey.
Well, he seems to be. He has that thing that it was Hiddink said that Goose. I combined the two, didn't I? Gis Hiddink. Goose Hiddink said that the fitter you were, the less opportunity, the less chance you'd have to be injured. Yeah. Because that was Lampard's
big thing. They got to catch you before they can kick you.
Well, indeed, that was Lampard's big thing. Lampard played out of his skin, and he didn't get. What did he play when he played his 168 in a row? Because he was just so agile.
That gave him the record for the most consecutive games for the club, didn't it? Do you know who had it before?
David James.
Wayne Bridge.
Really?
Southampton.
Outfield player.
Outfield player, yeah.
He scored a great goal, didn't he?
Yeah.
At the Arsenal, you can't really say that. It's got too many swear words.
Remember that? Yeah, when he scored that goal again.
Yeah, and he went to the crowd. Didn't he grab somebody in the crowd?
Against Portsmouth, he'd been scummered all the way through because and he scored the goal and he ran along.
It was a hell of a goal.
When they were still in the East Lower.
Yeah.
No, it's it's so important. I'd put him in that bracket, kind of just below Ronaldo and Messi in the world. I think he could do being
with the potential to get there.
Yeah, with the potential to get there.
How many goals he scored this season? It's quite a lot.
12.
Yeah. I think he's.
If he ups his goal rate, I think he's going to be
so young as well. I think in kind of 5 years we know. Sitting around this table, we'll be putting him up with the real kind of Chelsea legends.
Should they be building a team around him more? Do you think? And rather than just he has his kind of, he just lets him do his thing.
I think deceptively, it is built around him actually.
I think he has a pretty free role, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he changes wings.
He's got discipline. Yeah. He needs a discipline to track back, but generally, when we're on the offensive way, he seems to be free.
Doesn't he? He tackles back, and nicks the ball. He's a bit Matic-like, and he's just toe poking it away.
The whole thing with the three and the 4-3-1 or whatever it is, it's all very free. They all move around. Yeah. Even the striker drops back and plays the link-up play. Yeah. So it's all very fluid. So it's probably a really good environment for Hazard.
Yeah.
And I just think he's.
I mean, if he reaches his potential, he has the potential to be one of the best signings ever. Yeah.
And he's very.
Really is a simple.
He ain't bad now, is he?
No, exactly.
Very grounded, very grounded individual. Because I think it was got interviewed after his hat trick against Newcastle. When they said to him, "Oh, get out and celebrate. He went, no, family. He's a real family guy. It's football and family. 'Cause I think Dan Levine on a couple of weeks ago said he's all about football and family. That's it.
More family when Torben's back next year, isn't it?
Yeah. He's just wife and kids. He'll never goes out on the lash. Just, he's, very wise head on young shoulders. An extremely talented player.
Wonderfully talented.
Yeah,
I think all he plays at such a high level the whole time that it's easy to overlook. When on here when we talk about man of the match each week, Hazard's a contender every single week.
And Matic, Matic.
Always take it for granted.
Exactly. Every time we play well, he is the absolute driving force of everything we do going forward. He's a wonderful player. We're very, very lucky.
Excites me like Zola did when he came in. That kind of quick feet, just unbelievable ability, and blessed. It's another thank you for the
Do you think we need another couple of world-class players, or have we got them already? I mean, because he's in the upper echelons of.
We need another striker.
Yeah, I think.
Not too many world-class players. I'd like some dross.
Yeah. Bring back Fleck and Sutton, is what I say. No, I think majority of our first 11 is world class. Our bench is maybe our bench could do some tweaking in terms of getting one or two better players in there. I think because some of them probably aren't quite up to standard. Hence the reason we haven't changed the team.
It's interesting that he's using youth players have come in.
Yeah, I was going to say we keep banging our head against the wall with it for years, but it does finally seem like. I've never been one to say, I'll put 6 of them in the team at once, but to fill these kind of squad positions, there's not a supporter in the ground that wouldn't give Loftus-Cheek more time than a big buy, for these 20-minute spells or whatever.
So Mourinho's very pragmatic.
Yeah.
He will pick the team that he needs to pick to win the game.
No, totally.
He won't just pick a youngster because he's doing well in the youth team.
No. Clearly not. I mean, I'm talking about the odd squad spaces.
Yeah, well, that Champions League game, he didn't bring on Loftus-Cheek until the 82nd minute, even though the game, because he wanted to win the game.
Yeah,
his first ethic from Mourinho is to win the game.
I mean,
that's all it's about.
Mourinho says, does and acts is to win.
It's a results business.
Yeah, exactly.
Play Cheeks and lose 4-0 and they're blame Cheeks. Could knock him back 1 or 2 years. The kid's obviously got class. Josie leaving him in and around the club and in and around the first team. Which is a massive step.
Training with him.
Is he Brown the same as well? Is he Brown's back in the squad? He looks a decent player.
Yeah, I think on deadline day actually they were touch and go whether they were going to let Izzy Brown go on loan, and Mourinho decided at the end that we kind of want him in case.
You've got Solanke, you've got Boga and the Masonda brothers.
Does Mourinho keep an eye on the development teams as well, on the under 18s,
yeah, absolutely.
100%. He wants them to do well and win their leagues too.
Of course he does.
Yeah, 100% he does.
I think, everyone says we've not bought any players through, but I mean, how many of those players have gone on to what you would say have Chelsea-level careers? That have left the club in the last 10 years.
But the level of play in those sides is
totally.
The standard, the bar is getting higher every year in those teams.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're top on every level. Yeah. We're playing a quarter-final tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully they're winning.
We've won it 3 in 5 years or something. We didn't win it for the previous 30. It's a massive step forward, and the names that Dan mentioned, all of them, like you said as well, Charlie, we just want 1 or 2 of them just to come through to the first team.
Yeah. Even one. Because you've got the John Terrys of this world.
Jose himself also said if we find one JT every 3 or 4 years, we'll save ourselves £50 million.
It's painful.
Exactly. I mean,
guys, I have to wind you up here because we're coming to the end of the break. Next, it's the Fannies, man of the match versus Everton, chant of the match, suggestions, Guinness moment, and of course, Celery moment. And let's see if you've got any questions for us. Twitter and Mixer alert. See you in a few minutes.
anything.